audio check. The table is turning, family. The table is turning. How you doing out there?
Catch fire, catch fire, driver. The table is turning. Catch fire, catch fire, yeah. So you can get burned. Catch fire, oh, catch fire, fire, catch fire, oh yeah, fire, fire, you, true and true. Fire, fire, and you back me and fire, speed driver. Oh, now, a speed driver. Catch fire.
Yes, good afternoon, my family. How you all doing out there? I'm in the studio running a little bit late, but nonetheless, I am here. Mother is in the air also, making her way to that warm climate paradise island of Jamaica. Only thing is, things are so bad down there. It's like everybody down on the island, I say enough is enough. You know, it is, I'm telling you, everything is just so corrupt. Yeah, so corrupt, my family, that we have to do all that we can in order to redress and get our place back in order so that we can hold that moral high ground and hold out for equal rights, peace, and justice. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this government presently, but it's like it's causing us all kind of shame throughout the world. You know, it's quite embarrassing, you know. But you know the thing, when we say enough is enough, things have to change. You understand? So we've got that element of hope that has been entrusted to a certain extent into the UIC. And that in part is the reason why I was absent last week. I basically had, was in conversation to a point. I did get the timing wrong, however, but nonetheless, I was able to engage with Mr. Joseph L. Patterson, who is the president, and in the near future, I will be bringing him to more so to your attention on this platform, to which you are able to have that opportunity in which to scrutinize. I'm hoping to be able to do that with our elder teacher, none other than our elder Pepperkai from the Mart Center. So I'm hoping to be able to establish that in the near future. I've also engaged with my cousin Norman, so we're very much on the boil. So we're going to create a storm, an earthquake, and I'm hoping that you will have that confidence in myself, because you know I am quite a controversial figure out in the community insofar as where I put myself, what I commit myself to, and what it is that I have to do, particularly in this time, because as we know, it's not about how long we live, but what we do in our time. And right now we need to rescue, yeah, our beautiful island as well as our people, particularly our young people who are no doubt our future. You understand? So we can't rest on our laurels on this one. Yeah, we have to do what is necessary. Yeah, so as Marcus Messiah Garvey said, we're not going to know ourselves until our back is against the wall. You understand? So that's how we're there right now. Yeah, we can't pet and we can't powder the thing. Yeah, and another issue, as I keep sharing with you, that I'm not really comfortable on this side of that, what do you call, say, 6 o'clock threshold. I'd rather be on the other side, because, you know, this really started off as concept to us. And if there's a time now for us to be using, yeah, that acronym, it is more so now. Yeah, because I don't know what it is, whether it's government, church, state, or even the very establishment that's supposed to be protecting us. Right now, it's like they're destroying us. Yeah, and we need to educate ourselves, particularly those of you, my family, who is out there in Jamaica, as to your rights. Yeah, we can't be giving all these privilege to these so-called elite. Yeah, for them to walk all over us. Yeah, when is we put them in that place of responsibility. Yeah, so that's where I am, my family. So just bear a little bit, yeah?
A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more than before.
Just a little bit more. We're not take it.
Yes, it was love, 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 that in yes, indeed. Oh gosh.
Yes, courtesy of the one Mr. D. Brown. Yeah? What we have to do is we have to go down back to the foundation. Yeah? Our ancestors make too much sacrifice. Yeah? For we to make this idiot government destroy we. You understand? And I tell you, I'm so kind of reeled up on this thing that it's not to say I'm not concerned as to what going on over here in a Babylon, UK. Yeah, it's not to say I'm not concerned. I am concerned, but insofar as the UK is concerned presently, I think I've done my work, particularly through this COVID period, right? When they depend lockdown. You understand? And as embarrassing as it is, and I know it is embarrassing for a whole heap of you, because you take the joke. You understand? You take the injection, and enough of cuss we out to when the road a protest saying enough is enough, and a beat with drum, and a giant others that also was that way inclined. But now when come for sick, yeah? When come for see what go on, all them people them a trick and a fool with. Yeah, to make you take the injection now, you don't know where to do it on yourself. Yeah, you don't know where to do it on yourself. But at the same time, I'm conscious of the fact that tomorrow, Campaign for Justice is going to be at the Royal Courts of Justice in order to protest, because again, they might try to take away more of our civil liberties. Yeah, so it means then we can't protest. So the very protest that me I talk about that we added to the 1 million, the 2 million march back almost 2 years ago in order for us to have some semblance, yeah, in order for us to maintain and to regenerate within, what do you say, civilization, as in within humanity, even though we know these governments are uncivilized. Because right now, you know the truth, and you see it, a pure idiot around the country them. Yeah, pure idiot who want to drive, what you call it, Range Rover, and have them own private little affairs. Yeah, whilst we are out there, yeah, having to be struggling in order to put food on the table. You understand? And if I can keep it simple, yeah, come this winter, yeah, the evidence is like, them I talk about blackout. Yeah, but if I keep it simply, it's like they want to get rid of us blacks, get we out of the country, and bring in those from Eastern Europe here, Europe, like Ukraine. You understand? So the fact of the matter is the war, the injection never work. You understand? So in order to continue instigating for them fear, them take with a war. You understand? Them never consult us, like, so when we did have this Iraqi war, we did go out and protest. Yeah, this warrior is a one in stealth. You understand? Them just decide, say them a go to war. And after them done decide to go to war, them said, well, there's problems associated with war. First, you don't get no wheat, so you can't get bread for your table. Yeah? And then it end up now being the fuel. Yeah? So through the fuel situation now, petrol, everything gone up to the point that they're not talking about blackout come winter. Yeah, and it's all well and good them a talk about it, but their own allowance that them get, them don't even have to pay that. Yeah, so you know where me stand, and a whole heap of way we need to make them know, say, is a situation that we not pay it. None of we not go pay it. You understand? So them need to work something out. We never tell them to go to no war. Yeah, so whether you guys foolish enough to believe in it, yeah, to support the situation with Ukraine, it not suit me, because obviously I'm at war a lot of the time with the system, because the system right now is not fair to we. Yeah, it's not really fair to us at all. The way I say the common person. You understand?
Flag and nation, I give thanks and love and all. God bless my man. Yeah, yeah.
Triple R. Righteousness.
Yeah, so you know I got in it. Well, if we just burn them out.
Rastafari. A spectacle and Jacure. Rise it, rise it. Rise it. Hey, hey. Rise it.
John Rastaman. Chant and feel so high.
Hey, rise it, rise it.
Reach the sky. Meditation feel so high. John Bongo Man. Chant and feel so high. Until we reach the sky. Meditation feel so high.
Chant and pray as Santa D keep the devil away. Fix on me, never you go astray. You wanna better chant and pray as Santa D keep the devil away. Fix on me, never you go astray. Yes, them confused. Them don't know how this road fit choose. Them and the devil gone on cruise. Yes, them confused. Them don't know how this road fit choose. Yes, the devil go blow them fuse. Yes, the devil go jump them and him wind them and him die them and him sign them. Rasta man come here for remind them. Yo, me a fair. Yeah, mama, me go me and me king. Righteousness, I'm a rising. Jacure, you keep the fire burning.
So John Bongo Man, chant and be so high until you reach the sky. Meditation feel so high, I would fly.
Rise it, rise it.
Chant, Rastaman, chant and be so high until you reach the sky. Meditation feel so high, I would fly. Words of love, chants of love. But I'm telling you, yes, I. Blessing from above, Selassie and you.
When I tell you,
This alright, so try not to your end. Shall we bless your day? Ethiopia is my home. I and I must leave this alone.
Right now,
I don't have no bed down a road. Rastaman a turning on his Meditation feels so
Yes, off a chant, my family, off a chant. This is all about good over evil. You know, see it? Babylon done fall and them a cling on to straw right now and I try fool. Well, them can't fool who them can fool, but them nah fool me. Yeah, I hope so you know make them continue to fool, you know. You understand? Because what? Which joke you know depend now? Because they move from monkey, from animals, and them gone to the vegetable. You understand? I talk about tomato. Hey, listen me. Them people, them, I don't know, but enough for them confusion, make them thunder with it. You understand? Make them thunder with it. Me just a pray say, not foolish enough, yeah, for keeping our eyes closed and not see what go on. You understand? So now if you just rise up, and when we say rise up in our consciousness. Yeah, in our consciousness. We just go through a period of time where we are recognize our honorable, most honorable. You know one, the one who leave us a footprint and a template. Yeah, make we know, so we're not going to know ourselves until our back is against the wall. And right now, our back is against the wall. You understand? For them kingdom rise, now it's time for them kingdom fall. Yeah, and it don't fall. Yeah, so what I say now is like even within Jamaica, I not take on myself from Jamaica. Worse like how I know so my mother up in the year and she had travel. Saying, I not take on myself. Yeah, because for what I know say this little island here represent insofar as a struggle for mankind, I thought humanity. Yeah? We need to hold back and get back our moral high ground. Yeah, I think some weeks back, me tell him, me give the one, what wanna call him, Bogard. We say, you say like you bugger you because really and truly, me know how you still did it, you know. Yeah, me not say, me give you 2 months. Yeah, but for whatever reason, you still did it. Yeah, so me not know if it's a fact that the people, one of my people on the island, if you know have matter in our no high. You understand that you not see what going round and about, you know. Yeah, because you see the whole away, well, we can't say the whole away still, but most of the people in Europe, nobody now wear mask again, you know. Yeah, but uno down there, uno still seem to wear it. Yeah, and the very people that uno afraid of, yeah, which is meant to be like the police, yeah, them are killing now. Same way. And right now, yeah, told me see it with the incident with Donald Lee Donaldson, whose uncle Neil log me I've been talking to. Yeah, and again me have to just continue to encourage yourself, my brother. Yeah, just hold the faith because this is the feather that break the camel back. Yeah, at that me I tell you, and at that me done show you already. You understand? We have to just come to the realization that we who is in the diaspora, we have to make sure we support Honor. Yeah, we support Mr. Patterson. You understand? And anyone else who are going to rise up. Yeah, to deal with this situation because what was hidden from the wise is now being revealed to babes and sucklings. You understand? So Honor who on the social media, use the platform to just continue to expose them. Yeah, so anything bad you not see, yeah, you can record that. Yeah, but insofar as what would I say now, them kind of slackness and corruptible things that would want go on with. Yeah, me no want to see them things upon the platform. Now is the time for consciousness. Yeah, we have to emancipate our minds now from the mental slavery. Yeah. But anyway, let me settle in here, sir. So, what me I got set to now is obviously my family, great uprising. How not do? Hope you are all doing fine and prepared for the changes like the weather. You understand? Because you see, like how the carnival done, that means to say things are going to turn around quite quickly, which again is what them are depend upon. Yeah, you see when they did come with the coronavirus flu element, them know said the flu normally come in the cold of the winter. Yeah, that is number one. Now the blackout, them know said our dependency on energy is more so in the winter when the weather change and we need to put on with central heating. You understand? Because right now we don't have no central heating on. As you can see right now, me all probably have sweat. You see me? But the fear that they dependent now or depend on always kick in when the weather change. You understand? So I'm gonna make you mindful of these little simple factor as to its impact, its dangers, its transformations. Yeah? And how it impacts on us all. Yeah, but further to that, as I was saying, I'm open on yourself because we've just gone through the carnival, as I've mentioned, at Notting Hill. Yeah, and I want also to bear looking at the impact because I never go. Yeah, if I did go, I probably would have gone just assist street mic. Yeah, but I leave that to the youngers, and I was glad that I didn't go because it's two things I saw that really, well, it's not two things, maybe three things that I saw that really impact and caused me some concern. Yeah, one of which was what would I say, the herding. Yeah, which in a sense, we just imagine if there was a stampede. Yeah, if there was some form of madness that something got bang and people want to make a quick escape. Yeah, whole heap of owner would have get crushed. You understand? So there's like no supervision. Yeah, it's like there's no supervision over the whole thing. Yeah, and for whatever reason, it's like you guys was funneled in a manner that you was a danger unto yourself. Yeah, so these are the things I'm hoping that you having survived the experience, because in one sense it's good to be close. Yeah, but can you imagine then still if the coronavirus was a real thing? Yeah, and the closeness yeah, of all our owner that they done there. Yeah, that mean that I got spread now like wildfire down. Yeah, so that is one of the impact and the danger. Yeah, the transformation as to how it implies upon us. Yeah, again, insofar as the culture, what the carnival, how it started out, it was a cultural thing, which was more African or Afrocentric. Yeah, to now it's become like a rainbow. Yeah, but it's a rainbow of confusion because diversity is good. Yeah, but what I saw at the beginning, and you know, like I've been advocating for 1,000 drums. Yeah, African ancestral salute. And this year represent exactly the opposite. Yeah, so again, we can say bad and it never so bad. But you see, when them want me not play, and nice. It's not something you could really say you're rigging and jigging to, you could dance to. You understand? It was like a marching band, so it's like it was a warfare. They were taking you to war to a certain extent. Yeah, whereas if it was that with we playing now, people would have been dancing same way. Yeah, and I saw some man dressed up in a woman costume. Yeah, and these are the kind of things that they're projecting. Yeah, so I'm saying that all of that now is projecting an African culture. Well, it's not even an African culture, but it's a conjure of rainbow diversity. But ultimately, to me, it's just confusion. Yeah, so that's what I take from it. Another thing I saw, somebody posted a video, and all I was seeing is just pure blood. Yeah, at first I said, "Chop, me I gotta just burn it," you know. But then I pursued and I watched, you know, and all I was seeing was blood. And then later on, I come to realize a person had come from outside of London, and I was even following the little write up on it, you know. But it's really concerning that first year that this thing has been brought back, and you can see the intention and the madness that is going out there. So much so that even Nigel Farage made some comment on it. Yeah, and you know me personally, me can't hold. Me say me not have nothing against Nigel Farage. He speaks his mind for whatever reason. And again, I can't be an hypocrite because, you know, I joined him in UKIP in order was to take us out of Europe. You understand? Which then go to expose the situation around this Windrush scandal. Yeah, which then take us to us going into war in Ukraine, and then they might invite the people that they're going to war with to come into the country. Yeah, and then they might go pay you or themselves to accommodate them, and at the same time they might force we out who is from the West Indies or of the Commonwealth. Yeah, it don't make no sense. Yeah, but again, as he said, what is hidden from the wise is being revealed to us, babes and sucklings. So you, the younger generation, you have to see these things. It's not everybody that you think is your friend is your friend. Yeah, they got the ulterior motive, which is to create chaos, as is the case again down in Jamaica. And then after we start run, because you see the doctors them are run, the teachers them are run, even the police them are run with. Yeah, and then when we abandon our island of paradise now, them just come in and take over thing, gentrify it. Then soon when you want to go home now, you can't even afford the plane fare. You see me? So these are the things which is confronting us right now, and it needs to be obvious. You understand? So But I mean, I even know if it's it, you know. But aside from that, as I was touching on, I do apologize for not being here with you last week, but there was just too much. Oh, again, I was at the airport, and before I forget myself, let me wish my daughter Anastasia happy Hearth Strong, as well as Candy. Both of them are away in Gambia presently celebrating their Earth Strong. But again, you see, they're connecting with Africa, and I've seen she sent me a video where she's having a drum made. Well, I think, well, let me not say that. She was doing a video where a drum was being made, and then later on, I saw her actually playing the drum. And then her daughter is still here with her nan. I see her around a set of drums playing. So I just connect the two, you understand? Because it shows me it's in the blood. You understand? That vibration, that frequency is in the blood. You understand? So I'm so honored to have seen it. Yeah. So blessed love to you, my daughter, and Candice, your friend. Yeah. Do full joy your day. Yeah. And yeah, just reflect, enjoy home. Yeah. Get yourself recharged and purposeful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So aside from that, so much has happened. Since I was here a couple of weeks, there was that spiritual gathering down there in Shoreditch. It was an honor to have been there. I think I left from, I don't know, there's just so much that has happened, and it's like, it's vaguely in the back of my mind of all the things that had been done since then. Yeah, but closer to where we are now. Friday, I was over there in Chingford, paying my respect to Kojo family, and I must say big up to Nathan and Obi for having put and brought the family together. It was a nice gathering to see well, there's young men still, even though I can see man them are grey up as well, like myself, but coming like just yesterday, you know, when I was would you say, facilitating to a certain extent in making sure that they weren't just on the street. So it's a real joy to see them, and the success that they're enjoying. Yeah, you know. But yeah, with all things, what a thing, you know, when enough is enough. And what again I'd like to say, on Saturday, well, not even on Saturday, Friday again, whilst I was there inquiring of one of what do you say, one of those who were in attendance where their mom was, and only to realize that her best friend, who is Media Lawrence, had in fact had just transcended, you know. And it was a shock because obviously myself, Media, we went to same Archway school, and recognizing what she had been doing within the community, particularly with NYCC and the young people, and to see to the level things have gotten, and then she's not going to be there to see the final unveiling. But obviously it was a vision to which she had, and no doubt it's going to be something that our young generation will carry on, yeah, as part of her legacy, you know. So we never give up the good fight, and we continue. Yeah. Now, with all that again, it's a case as how we continue to emancipate ourselves from our mental slavery state. Yeah. As I was saying, great friends we have lost, and great friends, yeah, we again reconnect with along our journey. Yeah. So where that leaves me, and that is to ask you the question: are you not fed up? Yeah. Are you at the end of your tether? Have you had enough and ready to take a stand? I'm asking of you for us to stand together in unity to continue this good fight for our rights. Yeah. For family, for community, and ultimately country. Yeah. So if at all possible, I would like to know what it is that is cooking this afternoon. What is it for you for dinner? what is in your pot or now on your plate that you may care to share if you so wish. I will give you a number, but personally I've got so much to vent because of I'm so angry as well as frustrated, and already I can see it's already, what is it, 10 to 5, and it gives me an hour. Yeah. So again, what is on the fire? What is it that's firing you up like I am firing up now, to the extent that I'm here sweating? Yeah. What is it that's burning that you care to share if you so wish? Yeah. Or is it pot or cook and the food not enough? Yeah. And before I remind Uno, let me obviously pay my humble respect to my ancestors, on whose shoulders I do stand. And then more particular, as I've mentioned, as my sister Media is now ascending and transcending, because she no doubt now has to go and give her report as to what it is that she has been doing. And I've already given you an indication that she's been doing good things. Yeah? And what again is really complimentary is that she has been using the media. Yeah, she has been using the media, so she has lived up to her name. Yeah, in what it is that she has done. Yeah, I briefly passed by the house last night, and I saw Vincent, Peter, and I forgot the son's name. Yeah, as well as I saw Matilda. Yeah, and in the conversation, I know Derek is actually in Jamaica here now, and they will have to make the decision as to whether they're gonna come back. Yeah, because I think they've got another 3 weeks or so. And I started to have the conversation, and in truth is like I was gonna say, well, to be honest, they will miss the 9 night, but more than likely they'll be here for the Ascension Day. Yeah, but I know that it's an opportunity for us to reconnect, particularly as Archway and the extended family, you know. So I just back off. Yeah, I just back off and just say, who am I? Yeah, make them just make for them decision themselves, and then we both agreed and we just left it there, sir. You understand? Yeah. So to my family, manners and respect goes out to you. Again, yeah, I must say I met Mum as well, the matriarch of the family, and I had that little conversation to let her know that I went to Archway, and obviously in having that conversation, I just see the glow that came on her face, you know. So yeah, I was greatly honored to have been there. Now, you know, I ain't seen Mum in a hell of a long time. Yeah, but that's the way it is. Yeah. So anyway, further, may I say my respect goes out to management and fellow presenters on blessradio1.com. To you, my listeners out there, more love, peace, and harmony to you, my family. To the generals them out there, particularly the 5-star generals out there in the community on the front line, all in the fort. 1,000 drum support. Salute to you, my family. To the Joy Gardner family, and again, Graham particularly, more strength. Our good brother Douglas Williams family, my salute and my love to your mom and family. Julia Gomez family up there in Wellingborough, hashtag 107, that is on the t-shirt. 1,000 drums salute to you, my family. To the Edwards family, that's John Edwards, Lady Leo, again 100 drum salute. I also am mindful, I think the 11th is when we had lost you, 11th of September. And I'm saying that because I think it was then that, it's one of my brethren's birthday, Earthstrong. And for that reason, we're going to be having something in Jubilee Park, yeah, this week, Saturday, courtesy of Leicester Screw. Yeah, so we're asking the families, those of you who had lost loved ones, who have not had the opportunity to have that, or to give them that spiritual rites of passage where we can embrace. Yeah, we're asking that you do come out, yeah, so that we can grieve if needs be. And we're asking that you bring any form of memorabilia yeah, whether it's a picture or just something personal to yourself, yeah, that we can humble and respect each other and have a warm embrace. And there's been so many, such as, um, what's his name, Bill Leon, there's Freddie, Bigfoot, yeah, there's Nigel, yeah, there's Jaman himself. You know, there is just so many that I'll have to really be considering and thinking. I know we've lost in between all of that, both of the Codrington elders, but I think the latter part they were able for us as a family to come together. Yeah, there's just so many. There was my cousin Cecil Bignall. Again, we've got Daryl who was recently passed, and his ascension date has been given to me, which is going to be at the end of this month. Yeah, so there's a lot of gloom, yeah, or doom and gloom, but you know, there's hope. You know what I'm saying? There's hope. And obviously, with that hope, we continue to evoke the spirituality, the drums, the prayers towards our warrior queen Sasha Johnson for her continued improvements. Yeah, and we will obviously wish the family more strength, more love, and joy always cometh in the morning. Yeah, my family and my friends in um in Jamaica. Yeah, my family and friends in Jamaica also. Yeah, I'd like to extend my sincere wishes and gratitude for your continued support. As I've mentioned, yeah, mom is on her way, so you know whatever fruits you know have, obviously just make sure she get the medicines. You understand, and to be of some assistance also. Yeah, but I know my family also will be there to take charge and make sure that she's comfortable. Yeah, so my respect goes out to Bacha, Barry Dread, Steve, Finn, my cousin, Romain. Yeah, so yeah, Romain, obviously you're not gonna be listening right now, but you have to pick them up at the airport. And to me, I understand she'll bring some extra luggage, so it's either you're gonna need a people's carrier, yeah, or you're gonna need two transport. You understand? But there's one thing me know, say, true, you know, me know you're police still are, you know, is all good. You understand? Because everything is all about security right now. Yeah. Ryo, Annette, Hivan, yeah, again with Yvonne now, sorry as to your loss. Yeah, I didn't even know as to whether your loved one had been buried or anything like that. Yeah, but you know, I was away for a week, and that's the way things goes. Yeah, to little John up in the hills, and to Martin the English, manners and respect. Mr. Ogilvy, Patrick, to Rennie, representing the Walker family, and my cousin Nose, as well as Kipling. Yeah, and again, to mention that Sister Chisha from NXG, she's still on the island, so I was trying to communicate yesterday as well as today, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to make that link today once I leave the studio. And yeah, special shout goes out to Neil Lugg, who is Donnelly Donaldson's uncle. My family, I can only say to you more strength. Don't be put off, yeah, by whatever misdemeanor or wranglings are going to be coming your way. You understand? Because so the devil kind of operate, yeah? Because what it is, yeah, trust me on this one, yeah, and salute to Mr. Andre Stevens, yeah, for his persistence and his investigative, what you call it, journalism, yeah, that provokes the community out there to just send in and give him all the information that is necessary. And also to Mr. Wayne Lonesome, yeah, for his stewardship and the way that he just demand and press and back them up in the corner, yeah, in order to get the right outcome. My salute goes out to yourselves, family, to Dr. Love, and what I'm going to be saying here is obviously to where we are historically, particularly when it comes to the treaty and the impact that is threatening our island insofar as the water table and the infringement on the cockpit country that this 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 government, yeah, seem to want to sell us out to Western forces. Yeah, I truly cannot understand. Yeah, but I'm asking all of you out there on the social media to make sure that you don't let this government, you don't let the churches or these institutions, the police, them, these institutions to get away with anything. Yeah, I am pledging my support, yeah, and the support of others here in the diaspora, yeah, to make sure that we really and truly once and for all emancipate, or to help emancipate ourselves from this mental slavery. Yeah, because as you come to realize now, we were not truly independent. You understand? And if you're not sure, you see that smartphone that you have, yeah, that some of it call it iPhone or whichever phone, but it'll tell you say it's smarter than you. So I want you to outsmart your own phone and go in it and take the information and then take control of it. Yeah? And control of it means you choose to watch where you want to watch. Yeah? Don't make the phone dictate. You understand? So you get likes, because that likes is the listen, and also life is. Not everybody gonna like you. Yeah? It's simple as. Yeah? So I'm asking you guys down there to have more strength. And Sister Trisha, as I said, I will be in touch with yourself. Yeah? So insofar as Mr. Neil Lugg is concerned, yeah, those T-shirts, again, my brother, is available to yourself. I have made available to the UIC, Mr. Pattison, full usage of what obviously many of you have probably come to realize. I'd secured the intellectual properties for Enough is Enough. I've tweaked it away so that I was able to do that. Particularly if you wonder how he managed to do that. You understand? But I've done that nonetheless, and I've also secured Taras, which I was having a conversation with Muta Baruka on some time ago, and he gave me reason as to how he anyway, that reason to me wasn't justifiable. You understand? But especially when it comes to the 3 S's, which is stop stabbing and shooting. Yeah, that is my reason for the 3 S's, and he hasn't given me a reason as to theme 3S. Yeah, you understand? So that is something that is to be looked at further in the long term. You understand? But me not cost no bad word. Yeah? That's not a justification. Yeah. So yeah, insofar as the Donnelly Donaldson's family is concerned, more strength to your elbow, particularly mom, the mother of Donnelly Donaldson. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. So just trust, yeah, and put your hope and faith in God. Yeah, God not sleep on this one. Yeah, yeah, God not sleep on this one at all. You understand? So that's where things are at, my family. There's no real set topic insofar as this week is concerned, because I am hoping that at some point that there's 2 things. One, I was to have gotten what's her name from Samuel Gumb's funerals, but that has not yet manifested itself, and I'm struggling really because my time is very hard. Yeah, as I keep saying, to get here, particularly in this time, because of all the activities that I'm involved with, and that's why I try to work after 6 o'clock. I know the ideal time for me is between the hours of 8 and 10 in the evening. It enables me to be more myself and to be able to expand on real active structured supported solutions. I've seen the powers to which Enough is Enough had served during the lockdown period, And what I'm saying is because I now need to wake you all up, yeah, without it being seen as a bad word, as a derogatory term. Yeah, I need to be a little bit beyond on that threshold to enable me to grab your attention. Yeah, so for those who are listening, and I'm hoping that they aren't young people below the age, and it is the case that I've so worked on these things that if they don't understand the full meaning as to what RASSS means, then they themselves are entitled to a RASSS lick. You understand? Because right now it's all about education. Yeah, in order to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery and all of those things, we need to be re-educated, and it's got to be done in a manner where it hooks, it grabs your attention, but it also directs you. Yeah, so I've linked up again today with my cousin Norma. So we're going to be revisiting this in depth in order that you will grab what it is that we're saying, and not that we want to corrupt you, because the two of them, there is RASSS as well as WRATH. Yeah, we had explained it at the beginning of our program when we first started almost 2 years ago. Yeah, the first one, which is can be perceived as being derogatory, I'm saying there what we need, and I was even more particular. I'm saying outside of love, what our young people need is real, active, structured, supported solutions in the right directions, because we are mindful that there are good and bad examples out there. But in truth, there's no bad. It's what you need to learn from your experience. Yeah, so that was the first one. And the second one that I've mentioned, I'm saying God is not best pleased with us, mankind. He's concerned for our well-being, about our relationship, our attitude, our truth, where we put our trust, as well as our hopes, and I then say aspiration. But then you might say, well, aspiration will start with a H, but it sounds like it though, innit? Yeah. So that's where I am. Yeah. So for whatever reason that these things have been instilled in me, and I've seen its effectiveness, yeah, it gives me the comfort that I still end up with two wraths. I was trying to say wraths, WRATH. Yeah. So we still end up with two of them. You understand? And it's all in order to provoke you, to open your eyes, both here, in abroad, but outside the church as well as inside the church. Yeah, because in life, as I was saying, I went to African spirituality. Everything is all about balance. Yeah, everything is about balance. So again, I'm happy to reconnect with my cousin, particularly because she is a female, and my struggle is insofar as who I have in the studio as guest. For me, it's important that we also balance it out with male and female energies. Yeah, that way we complement. Yeah, and then the biggest challenge for yourself is how we engage. Yeah, because for whatever reason, I come to realize it's like a holy pound just is like I'm afraid to talk, or I'm afraid to talk to me. Yeah, now you shouldn't be afraid, because like with me just say, well, tell me everything. Yeah, and me know people afraid to tell me everything, but you see, when you talk the truth sets you free. It sets us all free. That's what we're asking of the people in Jamaica, that they be truthful to themselves, be truthful to the family as well as the community, because without it, then you live in a corrupt, yeah, a corrupt world, yeah, that is not fit for anybody. Yeah, it's not fit for anyone at all. Okay, right. So, let me give you a tune. I'll take a little break. I never can chance this. Sure. Let me hear what I go on, because You see, when you move in a spirit, you're supposed to be able to just play anything.
Live upright, live upright.
Let me just come again.
Brothers, brothers, brothers. Stop the fussing and fighting, brothers. Brothers, stop the fussing and fighting, brothers. It's time to unite. Said it's time to live upright. It's time to unite. It's time to live upright. Yeah. I beg you walk with Jah within your heart. Yeah, walk with Jah within your thoughts. Walk with Jah within your heart. Yeah, walk with Jah and live upright now. Yeah, live upright now. Yeah. Stop the fighting, man. Gotta show your brother the right way. Gotta try to show your brother the peaceful way. Try to show your brother the way to truth. Yeah. Try to show your brother righteousness, man. Yeah. Let the sisters love you. Let the sisters love brothers. Stop your fighting. Stop your fighting. Yeah, got to get together.
For real,
Yeah, gotta get together.
Courtesy of D Brown.
Live upright, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, our foundation member, one who has gone on to join the ancestors and has left us in words, in music, yeah, directions as to what is we need in order to forward ourselves in this time. Yeah, and it's a simple thing. Yeah, me even as a youth is one thing I know. I grew up with manners and respect. Grew up with shame as well as pride. Yeah, now that is lost amongst our youths. Yeah, it's like they don't know what it is because we've allowed Western influences to encroach in our house. Yeah, in our yard. And them I tell we how we fi conduct ourselves. And them just come here yesterday. Yeah, then can't really put themselves beyond probably all 2,000 years. You understand? Because beyond that period of time, you know, say most likely the whole of them are the whole of we did black. You understand? But who am I? I don't know. In truth, unless I go and research, and then that's what somebody is telling. You know, but what I do know, if we have manners and respect, yeah, for each other, we say how they do, we greet each other, we have that sense of oneness and belonging, we wouldn't have this problem, yeah, which is besetting us, yeah, particularly in Jamaica right now, yeah. Because over here is, yeah, we understand when we go around and used to say, acknowledge and say how they do to one another. Then people look upon we and say, I'm mad, we mad that we are try talk with one another when it's not the done thing, especially when you're of a higher class and a lower class. Lower class not supposed to talk to higher class. You understand? That's what them designed for them thing. And then we get caught up in it. You know? But anyway, as time moves on, there was a couple things that really was brought to my attention throughout the course of this week. One of which was pertained to the sorrel drink, and the fact that we are allowing, as a community, we are allowing foreigners to take hold of things which are culturally ours, market it, and then sell it back to us, and that money then doesn't stay within our community for it to circulate. Yeah, but we go around and I talk about how if we put our 1 coca or pounds together, how that will stay in the community. Yeah, we need to think outside the box. Yeah, and a brethren of mine has actually thrown a challenge. Sorry, he's thrown down a challenge to me. And he's also gone so far as to tell me that he's got 3 lawyers, yeah, who is prepared in order to take on these challenges. So he's putting a challenge to me, you know. So anybody out there who have these things and see them as an issue and really would like for it to be dealt with, then it is a case that he's saying, well, you know what? Yeah, we are prepared to take these matters on legally. So I'm going to share that with yourself. I will be following up, but because of the extent to which I've seen it being posted, I'm thinking to myself that maybe somebody else has already done so. Yeah, now that might be a cop-out, but if it's not the case, I will follow up further, and that is what I will be doing. So I will get all the information, I will ask the questions, and I will probably start doing like Andre Stevens down in Jamaica, in so far as investigative media or journalism. That means to say using this platform to deal with a lot of these issues. And to be honest with you, when I first started insofar as concept Turas, saying enough is enough, that automatically ties in with the agenda, you know what I mean? Because ultimately, if you want to effect change, you need to be at that point where you are saying enough is enough, you're fed up, you're at the end of your tether, yeah, and you just really would like a platform or the support in order to get some justice. Yeah, so the idea of them stealing our brand, which, you know, our brand is quite unique because as far as I understand it, we're the only flag that doesn't have white or red in it. I don't know how we come to that in the first place, but our flag or our banner is somewhat unusual. And again, for such a little island, the impact Jamaica has had into these British laws, because they keep changing these laws just to try and keep us in a state of, what is it called, when you forever in this perpetual roundabout going away, and it's like you're never really going off anywhere. Yeah, you understand? So even I have come to realize that, and I'm using that to my advantage, or for our advantage as best as possible. So yeah, we need to hold them to account, because when we talk about emancipation, what does that really mean today? You know, mentally, physically, what does it really mean? Yeah, and that's why again I'm looking so much forward to have elder leader, my teacher, because that's where my consciousness really started from. West Green Road, with Pepper Kai Head Start and again being around the sound system, yeah, which was like Sir Biggs, Jashaka later on, yeah, you know. So music and our roots and culture artists, you know, they were my educators, you know. So when I look back, I feel somewhat privileged that I've got a platform, yeah, and I don't know how I rise to be here. Well, I do know because Brother Dougie brought me in here. But again, number of you know that I've been in the politics, which Bernie Grant again brought me in there. So for whatever reason, I see myself very much as a bridge for whatever reason, you know, and I just have to continue to just humble myself because when you're humble, it means you're never going to be rich. Yeah, well, not materially rich, but you're going to be spiritually um, rich. You're gonna be rich spiritually, if you understand. Yeah. So you now have to go beg bread. Yeah, because those provisions obviously are gonna be there in abundance for you. Yeah. Again, tomorrow, I'm saying these things because obviously nothing is scheduled, and it's best oftentimes that I just talk in spirit. Tomorrow, my intention is to be there with the campaign for justice at the High Court. Yeah, because again, we're talking there about our civil liberties on the line where at what point do we take a stand and what is it going to take? Yeah, so I will be standing there with my brothers and sisters tomorrow to defend our civil liberties. Yeah, with Brother Carl, a campaign for justice. Yeah, and it's one of those situations. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for us, and I'm hoping that you also will look at it from that standpoint. Yeah, that we need now to realize that one hand can't clap, and we didn't get here through our own personal effort. Yeah, we do know that sacrifices as being made at some point. Yeah, and because those sacrifices have been made, we're duty bound. Yeah, when we have the opportunity to look back, reflect, and to know that we are our brother's keeper. Yeah. Now, the reason for us doing that tomorrow is because, as you know, tomorrow the Conservative Party would have chosen who is going to be their new leader, which effectively means that that person is going to be Prime Minister. Yeah. Now, I can tell you straight up, it now going to make no difference. Yeah, it's the same as in Jamaica. It's the same kind with two sides. Yeah, because the last you see the Lib Dems, they went into bed with the Conservative, and the Labour Party, they're just as bad. Yeah, because they're not necessarily coming out on my side, or our side rather. And recently I had been sharing what it is that even my own local MP was subjected to. You understand? But you know, me ball out and me pretend and say me a threaten as to what are the consequences. But nonetheless, anyway, she survived. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we will have a meeting at some point. I know one has been scheduled locally, which I'm hoping that she will turn up at, so that we can find out from her what support that she requires from ourselves as African Caribbean community, in order to give her that confidence, that boldness, to make them know that they can't do anything. It's not to say she's unstoppable or untouchable, yeah, but once we've got her back, there is nothing they can do, yeah, because they desperately need the likes of her, yeah, because Babylon has fallen. You understand? They need us more than we need them. Simple as. You understand? So we now have to pet and powder the things. Yeah? European Western society, Babylon has fallen. On a time is up. You understand? The only salvation you gonna have is us through our natural godly nature to help you. You understand? Because this Garden of Eden called earth, it was gifted us. And it's for us now to take it back because everything you overindulge. You understand? So it's like you are wallowing in your own vomit by polluting the place. And again, the example which has happened with, forgot the name of the river down there where the chemicals have gotten into the water stream and kill all the fish, all the net life in there. Yeah, and it's going to take some time before that recovers. So if we not eat Jenga or fish right now, we have to just forget about it. Yeah, because obviously it's in the food chain. And these are the signs that tells us something not right. Yeah, you don't need science to prove that. Yeah, so that again is really a concern. And whoever they choose, and you can see quite clearly they want to bring back a Maggie Thatcher character. Yeah, so they're going to try to get her to mimic, yeah, the Iron Lady. Yeah, so whether I don't want to allow these people to continue for fooling, is fooling business. Yeah, and as I say, when Mr. Keir Starmer is no better. You understand? Because he ain't against the war. He wasn't against this COVID. Yeah? And quite clearly their hell bent and intention is again to get into Africa. Yeah? And then to further enslave us again. Yeah? So I'm putting it to you, my family, that we can't afford to allow this to happen again. You know, they say once bitten, twice shy. Yeah, we hold this to the next generation coming, and we don't really have a choice. Yeah, I was seeing again Mr. Patterson, the leader of the UIC, and already we are now having to be looking as to how we're going to deal with that are we going to transcend that transition, yeah, from the whole regime into a new direction, yeah? Is it going to be a case of reconciliation, like what had transpired with Mandela, what he had us to do in South Africa, where he had us to compromise, he gave up all the nuclear weapons, which I think ended up in where did they take that? It went to Israel. I think that's where history points it. Yeah, and again you can see the history of that, what is happening. But even there again, you know, it's a case of those saying who they know they're not. Yeah, so you don't have to fret yourself about those kind of things. So reconciliation is going to be a hot topic. So it's when we do manage to get him on that platform, and Elder Pepper's car will be there, that those issues can be properly explored, and it will then further give yourselves the confidence, us here in the diaspora, as to why this is a better alternative. You understand? Because all of these corrupt and crooked people, you know, it is a case, as you know, I've mentioned oftentimes on my program, we've got to be looking as to how we're going to be healing ourselves, yeah, how we're going to be forgiving, yeah, of ourselves, yeah, in order to spread the love to achieve that unity. Yeah, because we can't just use force against force. Yeah, the like and like repel. Yeah, so we have to come with some opposing force. And I say opposing, an opposite force, but a force with, with some form of humility. Yeah, some form of love with the intention of harmony. Yeah, so we have to be strategic, yeah, but at the same time firm. Yeah, because it's choice. It's a crossroad. You get to that point, and a decision has to be made. And if they're not prepared to make that decision themselves, then the judgment will come, and that judgment will then come from the masses, which then is going to be yourself. Yeah, because we are not, and we should not, yeah, be making and passing any judgment on as an individual. Yeah, even though we still do it as an individual, but the feather that topples, yeah, is according to the majority. It's a numbers game, and as I was sharing often now with my brother, the uncle of Donna Donaldson, it is that feather, yeah. It's got to a point that there's been so many people dead and disappear, yeah, and nothing has come of it, yeah. But in this particular instance, because the likes of Andre Stephen had picked up on it and used this platform, people then came out of the woodwork in order to aid, yeah, and to explore, investigate, so that it's now out in the open. So what was hidden is now being revealed to babes and sucklings. So the least of persons on the island now is aware of it. Like myself, I've been brought aware of it almost 2 months now. And I haven't seen it, yeah. I've obviously gravitated towards it because I know the overall impact of having acknowledged what it is my brothers they're doing down there, and the significance of this time, yeah, in how they try to impact on that little island called Jamaica because of the influence it has on the world overall, yeah. Because by breaking us, which is what they're trying to do, it means they've got the key to then go into Africa and re-enslave us, yeah. So we can't afford that, yeah. We definitely cannot afford that, and that's the reason why you see myself, I'm so hell-bent on finding out and asking the question, what is it that's really going on in Jamaica with the government, the police, and the church? Yeah? Because the corruption is there to the point where thief, no life is a thief with long back. Yeah? You understand? And it's so much so that they're at a point that they feel they're untouchable. And it's that factor when they become complacent. Yeah? They feel that they're so untouchable that they become complacent. They basically do things directly in front of your eye. You understand? Because they feel they're so blessed that nobody can do nothing. Yeah? But because of technology as it is, the so-called smartphone, yeah? They lie, yeah? They lie to the extent that they want to thief the truth. Yeah? Yeah? From out of your or under your very nose. You understand? But when you see the evidence, because again, that's one thing they've done. They've said the video is 24 and they've taken 4 hours, and they expect, because they've taken it away, it justifies their action. But that is still there somewhere. Yeah? But again, you know, oftentimes I get lost for words as to what is really happening. Yeah? Are you able to make sense of what is happening out there? Yeah? And are you not at the point, yeah, where you say, make we be rid of them both? Yeah? And when I'm saying both, I'm talking about the JLP and the PMP. Yeah? But we just tear up the thing, yeah, and start afresh. Yeah? Do you feel that way? Because I felt that way. Well, I've been feeling that way a very long time. I've been seeing it. I've been experiencing it. And it came to a boil where I said, well, I have to do something about it. You know, when you get to that point, it's a cha. Yeah? It's a cha. Son. Yeah? And then you decide, say, I got to do something about it. Yeah? And it just so happened that it's been quite effective. Yeah? So now that we're at this point, at this time, what are we gonna do? Yeah, and then as things unravel themselves, as again I should, yeah, in Jamaica, it so happened that I met up with Time. Well, I never met up with Times, but I had a link, and again I was in conversation with him this week as to how we can work to maneuver ourselves. Yeah, and it's also strange that even though we've not met, it's like we've even fall out. Yeah, we fall out by texting, communicating, and then we reconcile by talking and reasoning. Yeah, and if you are guessing, Times is Count Ozzy's son from Mystic Revelation. And I think the last time I was on the program, there was an event that was taking place over in Liberty Hall in town in celebration of Marcus Garvey's Earthstrong. And I'd made the T-shirts. I'd made the T-shirts available, and they were in his charge. And for whatever reason, they didn't get to perform the task because I know how they're gonna impact. You understand? But nonetheless, yeah, we've reasoned, and I have to humble myself that he has found the time in order to reason with me, and is very much aware as to how is it that we can work in moving forward at his discretion and with his lead. You know, so yeah, I have to just be able to humble myself at all times, and again, with the president. We've agreed whereby he's going to be using Enough is Enough. I think come the 9th of September, which is going to be next week now, today being the 4th. Yeah, 4 and 5 is 9. Today is what? Today's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, so on Friday, in fact, of this week, he's going to be in court up in Mandeville, which is where I met him. I met him in January. I was down there. I was on my way over to St. Elizabeth to connect with kids' mom's side of family. And then I've come to realize I was not too far from his home. I've had that conversation since. Yeah, so we met up there in Mandeville. And I was honored to find out that obviously he has been following my movements with the drums in protesting against this COVID injection as to how it had infringed on our civil liberties to which he had agreed. Yeah, so it was a pleasure, and having made that contact, I have agreed in our recent conversations that I will take it back here into the diaspora and to engage with yourselves in order that we redress the ongoing issues and problems. And being mindful of that, I was in conversation, as again I said, with my cousin today, because my cousin and I, we had worked successfully in order to help Nigel Farage get the earthquake, which he spoke so much about, and people would not believe we were gonna vex it. Them say Brexit, but I know it's Vexit because since we've vexed it, yeah, we've effectively cut the head of the dragon off. You understand? And the rest of Europe is not having it. That's why they're going to war. You understand? So the rest of Europe is at war with England right now, and England is at war to get back in with Europe. You understand? So that's the reason why you see all this foolishness is going on. Yeah, but others who say they're more intellect, who can come up with their reasoning or whatever, they're saying differently. But some of us have got intuition, telepathy. Some of us have certain insights. Yeah, and it's not in no individuals, because you see they're very good at isolating or eliminating, because they believe that if they get the lead, they've solved the problem. Yeah, but what they haven't worked out is that there's no leaders. You understand? Everybody has got their own little responsibilities for a time. Yeah. So our powers is always being part of a collective, and us for us to know ourselves individually that we only play in a little part. Our role is little, but it is significant. Yeah. So I can say to you that small axe can chop down big tree, and I have proven it. Yeah. And further to that, where I need to be is to be able to have the guests in the studio so I don't have to rabbit. Yeah, because again, I know that, they say words is power. Yeah. So we only have to really do simple things, which is like to just greet each other. Good morning, good afternoon. Well, to be honest, where we're at now, we even need to get rid of this good morning. Because they say words is power and morning is morning. So when you're awakened, you tend to want to change your language. Yeah, because the English language, to a certain extent, has got us, it's not mystified, it's got us in some form of a trance. Which everything they do is a trick. Yeah, so they use language to trick us. And then we get comfortable with it, thinking it is normal. And you could basically say it's exactly the opposite to being normal. Yeah, so that's where we are. So we need to be burning a lot of fire and a lot of these things. Yeah, and the good thing I like, to a certain extent, is when these things are presented to you in this kind of a unstructured way, that you will have the opportunity at some point to read between the lines and pick sense out of the nonsense. Yeah? So I'm dependent on you to be able to do so and to make and formulate your own conclusions as to how you're going to move forward. Because the way you now move forward is according to how you are spiritually led. I ain't telling you to do nothing. Yeah, you need to tell yourself that. Yeah, but what I would ask of you is to remember this. Your spirituality determines your mentality, and your mentality determines your action. Yeah? So first you need to align yourself with your spirit, your inner being, yeah, your moral compass, that which guides you, and hopefully is done in a positive way. Yeah? But even in the negative then leads others as well as yourself, because there is a consequence to everything individually that we do. Yeah, there is a consequence. Yeah, and the significant thing is not to be doing the same thing over and over and over again, particularly if it's not good. Yeah, if you keep doing good, good tends to follow you. But then that is a good thing. But if you're doing bad things, yeah, and bad does follow you, then there is a consequence also. Yeah. So these are the words, obviously, I'm going to be telling you, well, I'm giving you insofar as so far as I can, and it's down to you as to whether you want to pick it up and utilize it for your own good, as well as family good, should I say. Yeah? So, I've touched briefly on the decisions which are to be made tomorrow. I'm saying, obviously, whether it's Sunak or Liz Touch or whatever her name is elected tomorrow, it ain't going to make no difference. Yeah? It ain't going to make no difference, my family. Yeah? They've already got their agenda. Yeah. So as you know, they're just puppet on a string, and because they're a puppet on the string, those who are manipulating the strings have already got their agenda. They're just open to be able to use these puppets to influence us through their illusion or the illusion that they're gonna project. Yeah. So I'm saying to you, my family, their time is up. Yeah. To be honest, they should be begging us. Yeah. They should be begging us in order, and they do need to. Yeah. So it's one thing to say, well, it's our nature to embrace because we have love. Yeah. But at the same time, there is, well, Father God said vengeance is his. Yeah. So we're not vengeful. Yeah. We just want for the earth to be ours as it is the Lord's and all the fullness thereof. Yeah. We want, as an example, the island paradise that we have, yeah, to be available for us so that we can enjoy the freedom, yeah, to drink water, yeah, to fish, to bathe, whatever, in a manner that we can share with everybody because it belongs to us all. Yeah, so that's my take on that. Insofar as air is concerned, which is in the UK, they say we're gonna have blackouts, but we were always blacked out anyway because, again, you see how quickly they can just discard us. Yeah, just like us in the wind or the wind rush, just get rid of it. Yeah, and replace us by people from Eastern Europe. Yeah, and even cause war in order to get them over the border, and then and then and then to pay us to accommodate them, irrespective of whether they're pedophiles, whether they've got COVID or whatever variant they may well have. It didn't really matter to them. You see me? It didn't really matter. Yeah, what mattered to them is that they just bring them in. Yeah, and this to a certain extent is the very thing that Nigel was talking about. There's certain type of people that Nigel didn't really want into the country because he knows the implication. They've not made any contribution like us have done, and again, we've sacrificed our blood. You know, and as we're saying that, I think I remember seeing a post from a sister in relation to, I think it was Grenada, as to the impact, the role that the Bank of England played in slavery. And it's not just the Bank of England, all of them. Yeah, so all that was hidden, would you say, social media, yeah, has brought to the fore. Yeah, and it is so relevant that I'm sitting here now, and every time now I mention some media, then it just flashback as to Media Lawrence and school. You know, it takes me back to school. Yeah. So in a simple term, it's again a case where we all need to be re-educated. Yeah. And I have to count my blessings that I've been around my sister certainly in the last 20, probably as much as 30 years. She lived close by to where I was. As a matter of fact, I know strategically she voted. I can't remember if I'd got her, was to endorse my nomination insofar as being selected. Because as you know, if you run for public office, you have to get a number of residents locally to endorse your papers. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, she was one of those who had done. You know, and as I touched on briefly, they're in the process now of opening up a very large complex in Edmonton there for the youths within the community. You know, so yeah, I give my support, I give my salute. Yeah, I share my respect to my sister, and I look forward to support in whatever way I can insofar as the family and the community is concerned for now and in future. you know. So yeah, that again takes me back. I don't know how it is. I always seem to be round and round. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'd like to say that for this week, which is the 10th of September, which coincidentally is also a full moon. Yeah, it is a full moon. It would be good if we could be in Jubilee Park. So I'm calling all drummers for this ancestral salute in Edmonton, Jubilee Park. We've got the Henry Barrass Stadium. So don't be put off in any way if for whatever reason it truly wants to rain. Yeah, we've got that area. We've got a good open space that is there to be utilized. Yeah, for the benefit of us within the community to come together and yeah, and to remember our loved ones lost. As I've said, tomorrow I intend to be at the Royal Courts of Justice. That's at the Strand, London, WC2A 2LL, and the time for that is 10:30 a.m. Yeah, so I look forward to seeing yourselves down there. Do please bring your drums. If you don't have your drums and I'm taking it, then you're going to be going inside the building to hear what is being said. Yeah, but I will be outside evoking the ancestral spirits in order to deal with them. Yeah, make them know so their time is up. Them can't turn back the end of time. You understand? Yeah, so I think basically that means I've, for whatever reason or not, I hope I have covered everything that I really wanted or needed to cover for this week. To be honest, I almost never even came in for the reason that I didn't have a guest in the studio. I'm just so mindful. Oftentimes I say so much, and even though I am recording it for my own personal self, that sometimes I'm fearful as to what I'm saying. Yeah. But as it is here now, let me do what I know that customary I would normally do. So let me find a few words from the good book, or the words of good, that I've not even touched since I've been here. Right, now I've already touched the back page, so maybe I'll touch the back and the front. Yeah, let's try that. But let's read it back to front this time. And what does it say? Page 32, word up. To equally share the work with people will earn you their love. Yeah, I'm hoping that is the case, because I know I will love it if you know we share the work. Yeah, so I hope it reciprocates and goes both ways. Yeah, I'm hoping that is the case both ways. Yeah, and page 1, 2202, words says, the knowledge you have acquired so far is no end by itself. Yeah, that's not all, but I just digesting it. The knowledge you have acquired so far is no end by itself, but a reminder of the further responsibilities that awaits you. Okay, right, so what is it that awaits me other than victory and glory? Yeah? So please be reminded, my family, the knowledge that you have acquired so far is no end by itself, but a reminder of the further responsibilities that awaits you. Yeah? So further responsibilities is to embrace, if not all, yeah, most of what has been said, for you to take it, to make discernment on it, for you to discern, to get to understand. You can dissect, you can scrutinize, you can do whatever you want to do with it, and more so, to equally share the work, the words with people, and that will earn you their love. Yeah? Because knowledge is power. And it's powerless if you don't use it and put it to use. Yeah? If you just take it and have it in your head, yeah, then unless you use your mouth to utter it where somebody is going to act on it, yeah, because sometimes the power is just to discern, to make it vocal, to make it available to others so they can utilize, yeah, because you just say, Father God, don't give any one individual all the power, yeah, he always give or leave them with a certain lack. Otherwise, they become a force unto themselves, and as in the case where you can see our, what you just say, PM down there in Jamaica is virtually abusing it. Yeah, not for the benefit of the people, but for himself. Yeah, so that's where the abuse is coming. Yeah. So with all that being said, we're at 5:57. I didn't even give you the phone number because, as I said, my purpose for coming in today was just to vent some of my frustration, to give you an insight as to what, and I'd said it prior to now, I'm trying to build up a program whereby I've got guests, male as well as female, but I'm really struggling with the time presently. The past 2 weeks, it's like an airport situation. And tomorrow, there's two things which is happening tomorrow. There's funeral, Ray Charles' funeral. I didn't make the 9 night, but I think Ray Charles again is somebody that was introduced, or I first met him, I think over in Ilford in the company of Brother Dougie. We went to a function that my cousin and a brother by the name of Ash, I think had invite or had organized. Yeah, so we had met for the first time there, and I think we'd met a couple of times after that occasion. But do at least may pay my respect if for whatever reason I'm not able to make tomorrow to the family. But I do suspect that I should be able to make it because I think by attending campaigns for justice at the Royal Courts of Justice tomorrow, I should be able to get away to come back home refreshed and then to go back at some point to be there physically. Yeah, so I'm hoping that is going to be the case for tomorrow. Yeah, other than that, my family, I hope that today has been useful for yourselves. I'm hoping, I think it is that the kids are going to be going back to school this week. Yeah, so I am asking of yourselves to move with love. Yeah, let us see what it is that we can do to stop this scourge which is present on our streets, to bring it to a stop and that you will live to realize your full potential, because it is you to which we're dependent on, and we will do whatever it is that we can do in support. And as again, I've shared with you that there is somewhere up there in Edmonton that will be opening up at some point soon, and we'll see as to how we can bear our sister and her spirit, because there is no death, as we say, you know. So that's where I'm gonna love you and leave you, my family. So I'm gonna find something again that we can play that will see you out, and look forward to next week as to what we're gonna do. Yeah, oh yeah, one other thing. I'm mentioning young people. A function last week, Saturday, that was in Edmonton Green. I didn't really post it as much as I probably really ought to, but it's just that time is just so busy. And when you're on this, oh man, when you're on this phone, it takes up so much time just to put these things out there. But yeah, excited. I met a young lady by the name of Destiny up there in Enfield. I made the commentaries like there's 1,000 ancestral, what do you say, support around her. She's just so energetic, you know. So I'm looking forward to bringing her into the studio and for her to impact on yourself, you know, particularly the young people, because obviously this is just a platform to embrace and encourage others to utilize. There was also, oh dear, yeah, there was something also around sickle cell. Forgot the brother's name, and it looks as though I've left my phone in the car. Yeah, sickle cell. That I'm going to ask a brother to come into the studio, because they've been having an uphill battle for the past number of months, might even be years, and it's kind of come to some form of a climax. Okay, this here. Yeah, it's come to some form of a climax. So I'm hoping to have this brother into the studio so that he can give you an update, and for you to raise also any issues that you may well have, and as to how also you may be able to access those provisions that relates to the sickle cell program. Oh dear, it's not in here. I was thinking that it was in here, but yeah, that's the other thing. You know, if you don't clear all of these things, then it just freezes up your thing, man. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that is something that we can no doubt look at for next week. Yeah. And yeah, you'll have to just bear with me, family, that as the weather changes and we then moving into that transition where it starts to get dark and all of those things, that things will be more structured. Yeah. So yeah, whilst I'm going through here, I can see I pay my respect to my brother Daddy Ansi up there in Archway, also to families out there, yeah, and all loved ones. Yeah. So yeah, just stand firm, my family. Yeah. Ways are not for the swift, Yeah, but those, no doubt, as you know, who endure. Yeah, because it's not a choice thing. It's what we have to do. Yeah, it's what we have to do. So let me see what I can. What is on here that I can play you out with? I hope you can full joy.
Cool it, don't rush it.
Just cool it.
Cool it, don't rush it. Cause if you rush it, you will buck your toe. And if you buck your toe, don't say you never know you a fool. Ya know you
Wicked.
cool it, don't fight it. Cool it, just say fight it. Cause if you fight and lose your sight, you can't say that no right. And if you steal and lose your heel, and you are go feel you a fool. Wicked. Cool it, don't rush it. Cool it, just say don't rush it. Cause if you rush it, you will buck your toe. And if you buck your toe, don't say you never know you a fool. Ya know you wicked. Cool it, don't fight it. No, no. Cool it, don't fight it. Cause if you fight and lose your sight, you can't say that no right. And if you steal and lose your heel, and you are go feel you a fool. Ya know you wicked.
Yes, yes, my family, just cool it, you know. Don't rush it. Yeah, everything is in the Father's hand. Yeah, we are that generation who live to see Babylon fall. Yeah, and it's therefore down to us now to organize ourselves. Yeah, in order to take the responsibility of maintaining this garden of Eden. Yeah, and with diligence and all of these things taken into consideration. Yeah, so that the value of this earth is appreciated. Yeah, with all the moral principles in place, not plundered and exploited to the point where it pollutes. Yeah, which has been happening for certainly the last 400 years. Yeah, so we need to now take responsibility home as well as abroad to reconcile with our nature and our true spirituality in order to uphold and to be guided as to what is meant when we say equal rights and justice for all. Yeah, so that is where I think we need to be. And insofar as the UIC down there, I'd like to ask of you that you come out in support up there in Mandeville on Friday. I think the date falls on the 9th. Yeah, on Friday, in support of our good brother, the president of the UIC, Mr. Joseph L. Patterson, because he has taken a stand. He has raised his head above the parapet in order, yeah, for us to wake up and to realize that we're dancing to the same tune of both political parties. And we need change. And we need to give the power back to the people. And that effectively is what is going to make you truly independent. Yeah. And also, when it comes to emancipation and dealing with your state of mind, both physically and mentally, yeah, this is going to be the most meaningful act to which you probably would have made. Yeah, our foreparents, namely the likes of Paul Bogle, we fought for this, thinking that the treaty that had been signed previously by the Maroons were now going to be acted upon. Yeah, and we put our faith to a certain extent in the church because they were both religious people, but it wasn't to be. So the religion that they were serving under let them down. Yeah, their religious God then didn't come to. Yeah, so we fast track another, what was it, be say 100 years. Yeah, and we are in that same predicament. And our brother has raised his head and yeah, come this way. Yeah, and you will be fed. Yeah, so I'm asking, yeah, of yourself, and I'm saying that because I've had a personal encounter, yeah, with Mr. Patterson down there, and I've spoken to him recently again, and myself, I'm not able, but I know others who are more able, and I've turned to them in order to share the platform, in order to act, in order to get the action, in order to get the outcome. Yeah. So this is going to be an earthquake. It's going to be lightning. It's going to be thunder. Yeah. So also, I'm obviously asking of you who are within the police, the churches, even the both sides of the political parties. I'm asking you to be honest. Be honest with yourself that at this time, yeah, where do you see the country going? And if you don't see it going in a favorable way, that you again allow your conscience to be pricked and act upon your conscience, yeah, in order that we again have the change so that we can turn things around, so that the very water that we drink is not going to poison us. Yeah, because everybody just seems to want to drive a Range Rover. Yeah, there's no openness, there's no accountability as to people's action. And where you've got the top, yeah, doing what you'd expect somebody to be doing who is deprived, it's really concerning. Yeah, so what effectively has happened is the very people who is supposed to be leading us, they effectively have turned vultures. They're like junkers, flying high, riding the tide or whatever they call it. Yeah, the jet stream. Yeah, up there. Yeah, just circling, looking as to who their next prey is to consume. Yeah, so I'm asking of you, my family. Yeah, our back is against the wall. Yeah, so do what it is that you have to do. Yeah. So whilst I love you and I leave you, obviously, I'd like to also pay my respect to Ras Iron Kunti Kente. I wasn't able to make your earth strong, or the gathering which you had called, and respect also to BSC. I'm conscious that I'm seeing a post that you that's been put out. I was at the other day. I turned up. I did my little volunteering, but you weren't there. But at the same time, I went to do the volunteering, so I'd still do that whether you're there or not. Yeah, so I've done that, and yeah, there's just so much more that's happening this week that you will have to just bear with me. But yeah, whatever is gonna be happening this week, my family, I'm gonna be posting, so you'll hear. But the main one at the present, I'm waiting to hear from Elder Leader Pepperkai. So I'm hoping that I'll get that earlier part of the week by Tuesday, because we need for you to be in attendance, because I'm going to be also making an effort to get our UIC president on that platform. So all the questions that you may well have, please start to formulate them, because it's going to happen over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, we're going to be having this platform for the UIC. Because I'm not yet ready, I've put it over to one of my brothers, Black Wall Street, for them to make that approach, in order that we give our brother the platform in order to engage with us here in the diaspora. So I don't want for you to be thinking that I'm holding this to my chest. Yeah, I'm just saying I'm organizing myself in order to facilitate. Yeah, so I've had a conversation with him. He's given me the go ahead to do certain things. So I'm looking at the platforms who are out there that's established in order to accommodate. Yeah, so if you do really want, and I know there's other platforms out there that I will be in touch with, and I will put in the proposals to yourself, okay? Because no man is an island, and this thing is bigger than me as an individual. Yeah, so I want for you to understand that. Yeah, so if you want to also be in touch with myself, then please do. Yeah, other than that, I will love you, and I will leave you with
in a decent number. It's a peculiar number. In a decent number. It's a peculiar number. You shouldn't say what you said. Now you make me mad. I'm feeling like I'm gonna break your head. Whoa,
that's the way I feel.
I'm vexed. I can't pretend. I am vexed, and I don't intend to deny it. I am vexed. Yes, I've got to show it. I am vexed. I know I just can't hide it. You regard us as animals, our predecessors as cannibals. Yeah, you talk too much. Talk too much.
You know that.
You talk too much.
Well, I'm done now.
Vexed. I can't pretend. I am vexed, and I don't intend to deny it. I am vexed.
When I'm vexed, I chat it.
To show it. I am vexed. I know I just can't hide it. Hey, Mr. Langton, you shouldn't say what you said. Now you make me mad. I'm feeling like I'm gonna break your head. Whoa, whoa. I am vexed. I can't pretend.
enough is enough.
I am vexed, and I don't intend to deny it. I am vexed, yes, I've got to show it. I am vexed, I know I just can't hide it. You regard us as animals, our predecessors as cannibals. You say we came from the hate, but we know the truth. So you are late. We know where we are going, and we know where we're from. So to hell with you and your brainwashed education.
Dash that way.
I can't pretend. I am vexed, and I don't intend to deny it. I am vexed, yes, I've got to show it. I am vexed, I know I just can't hide it. Coming with your bag of tricks, telling us nothing but foolishness. How much you are our superior and sin cause our complexion to be looking like this. Whoa, whoa, I am vexed, I can't pretend.
Can't pretend.
I am vexed, and I don't intend to deny it. I am vexed, yes, I've got to show it. I am vexed, I know I just can't hide it.
Yeah, so what are you gonna do about it? If you're vexed like me at the end of your tether, what are you gonna do about it? Yeah? Are you not saying enough is enough? As a matter of fact, you've down there, what are you saying? To Ross, enough is enough.
I am vexed, and I don't intend to deny it. I am vexed, yes, I've got to show it. I am vexed, I know I just can't hide it. You regard us as animals, our predecessors as cannibals. Yes, you say we came from the hate, but we know the truth. So you are late. We know where we are going, and we know where we're from.
For real. That's the most important thing right now. To know where it is that you're coming from and where it is that we are going or where we need to get to. Okay? So the pen is in your hands, my family. The cross needs to be made. Yeah? You need to make this cross for yourself. So you need to get rid of the crosses and make your own cross. Yeah? And in order for you to do so, you need to be informed. Yeah? And this information is going to be coming via United Independence Congress. There is a TV channel to which is a lot of information is at. It's on YouTube. Yeah, it's not an issue. I myself have been posting a lot of information insofar as what it is that Mr. Patterson has been doing. I myself I'm subscribing to that group, and it's very informative. It touches on a number of subjects, yeah, and in you spending the time, you no doubt will learn as to what the party is about and what the plans, what the constitutions are saying, and where the party is at. You can have a look as to who is the members and their respective roles. Again, as I was saying last week, I attended one of their public meetings. I think the next one is going to be on the 28th. So you do have the opportunity to engage, to find out more, to raise your concern, and to contribute to the debate. Yeah, and again, particularly for those of us who are out in the diaspora, it's definitely in our interest to engage, because it's a lot easier for us to do so at a distance, because we are more effective out of range or out of sight. And in order for the party to be more effective as well, obviously, it's good to be able to contribute, to donate. Yeah. Yeah. The TV channel is called UIC Liberty TV. Yeah. And the most recent upload was Blood Upon Them Shoulder. Yeah, which again, as you know, is a song that Buju had done back in, I think, in the late 90s, which has had its impact, but it touches on so many different things: crime, wide and Frida we saw, Africa that being, and yeah, there's just so much information that it's you're at liberty